3 a.m. happens. I go to the bathroom. I start throwing up. And it's like an orangey substance. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's my food, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to say 20 minutes pass. You know, like when you feel throw up, it's like here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
when you like taste salt, like your saliva gets really salty. Hi everyone, welcome back to the TTYL podcast. I'm your co-host Sarah.
I'm your other co-host Adrian.
Guys, we're finally back together, just the two of us.
Dude, it actually feels so weird. I'm getting like nervous.
It's okay, don't be shy.
I want to calm down.
Okay. Deep breaths.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've been out for almost 3 weeks, I think, from doing this pod. But I've been behind the scenes helping out edit and shit.
Yeah, you're still doing a lot.
Okay, but truly, it's like so weird coming back. Oh my god, I can feel myself getting to my like podcast character almost. And I don't like that.
It still reminds me of Nobody Wants This, the TV show, when they're podcasting. Like, that's literally how I feel.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
She does the podcast in the show. And, like, they just become these characters.
Oh, really?
Like, podcast characters. Like,
fuck.
The voice switch, the mannerism switch.
I don't like that.
It's okay. I feel like when it's just us two, though.
Like we switch when it's us two?
Yeah, versus with guests, because guests it's like more, there's more like dynamic to take your mind off things in a way.
Do I not help you take your mind off things? No, I'm kidding. Wait, I was going to say it's the opposite. I feel like when we have guests, we have to be more like on our shit.
That's true. I guess in that sense, with guests, it feels like you have to be a little more structured in a way.
What if this is just how we really are in real life? And this is like,
God.
We just hate ourselves.
Do you ever get comments from people that are like, you should be on a podcast?
Wait, so recently, I told someone that I have a podcast laugh. Mm-hmm. They didn't say anything about it. But then recently I laughed like that in front of Rebecca. And she was like, why are you laughing like that?
Was that your podcast laugh?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't, or like, I feel like my laughs are like, have you watched Severance before?
No.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Like how when they go to work, it's like a whole different person.
Oh.
Do you know the premise of the show?
No, not really. Just something about work.
So basically, when they go to work, they have a work personality and a outside of work personality, and they don't know each other. So you could like your work personality could like cut himself or like fuck up his own hand, and when your outside personality, like when you leave work, he'll be like, "Why the hell is my hand fucked?"
Whoa.
Like they don't know each other. But
that's so cool.
Not to spoil too much.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing they explore is like, what if they like met each other or like they merged? I don't know. I don't know why this is reminding me of Severance, but
your podcast self and your real self.
Ugh.
Wait, your podcast self should have a podcast with your real self.
God damn it.
That was me last week.
That was good.
No, 2 weeks ago.
That was very good and very brave of you, and I appreciate that.
I'm now overthinking it.
Why?
But it's fine. Well, like lately I've been like archiving a lot of my Insta posts because I'm going back and I'm like, whoa, why did I think it was like okay to post this? Like it's just like so what? Cringe, and like the captions are so emo.
Wait, like what?
No, I archived so much. Oh, like there's one. I
noticed. I checked I just randomly.
Yeah.
I clicked into it and I was like, where the fuck did everything go?
I think there were over 400 photos and now it's down to like over 200
posts?
Yeah, I still need to archive stuff.
Oh my lord.
But one of them, for example, is like me in a cornfield, and it's always this like really emo facial expression.
Were you wearing a blue like overalls and a black turtleneck?
No, it was plaid overalls and a white turtleneck. I have a couple of those.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that outfit sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, but and the caption was like, "Don't disturb the ghost of you." Gosh dang it! I don't know. But I feel like back then it was like artsy, you know, like
to be emo, I guess. I don't know.
Kinda.
But how old were you?
In high school, so like 16.
Okay, slay.
17,
I can get behind that.
18.
Don't disturb the ghost of you.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wow, I wonder if you took those photos wanting to make a post like that, or you came up with the captions after you saw the photos.
Actually, that one I remember exactly why I did that caption.
Oh, you were going through
because yeah.
Emo Sarah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're trying out something new with our scene today. We got feedback from our lovely Rebecca that the lighting was really fun. So I brought the sunset lamp out.
Dude, it's cute. It's a vibe.
It is
FaceTime
a vibe.
vibes. All right. Our first topic back today, we're going to be talking about the fragility of our lives. And I'm not going to market that as mid-20s
so
because...
drama.
Okay, guys, literally, you feel invincible until you don't feel invincible anymore.
Wait, you know that We're Not Really Strangers card?
What
That's
about
like,
it?
when was the moment you realized you weren't invincible?
Wait, there's a card like
There's
that?
literally a card
Oh my
that
God.
says that.
Mine would be when I caught norovirus.
Yeah, guys, let's catch you up to speed on why Adrian's been gone from the past, like, 3 weeks.
I will say norovirus is maybe top three. Top three? Okay, see, I feel like I can't really rank that because there's obviously worse things out there. And to say the worst thing I've ever experienced with norovirus is very privileged.
Could be true, but still your experience.
In most recent memory, norovirus has been one of the worst things ever to occur to me.
By the way, guys, for this episode, just a trigger warning for, I don't know what it's called, but for like throwing up.
If
Oh,
you're
really?
if you have ametophobia.
If you have a men's feet, fair warning, there's going to be a lot of poop talk and throw up talk because of this virus. So
It's real, guys.
yeah. But anyways, let's get into it.
If you don't know what it is a fecal to oral disease, meaning you'd have to
You ate
ingest.
shit.
Yes, I ate shit. And I don't want to. Oh my God, just. Anyways, so you had your birthday.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And I drank a lot.
Okay. Did it have anything to do with your drinking at all?
See, I'm not sure because I don't think I drink a lot. So I'm not going to lie. When I started puking at first, I was like,
The
whoa,
drinks.
like I'm puking. But I'm
Uh-huh.
confused why I'm puking.
But also you started puking at like what, 3? Like you went to bed.
Yeah. I like straight up fell asleep.
Yeah. You slept at what, like 12-ish?
Yeah, sure. I'll just say 12 1-ish.
12 or 1. And then you woke up at like 3.
Yeah.
And just like, were you shitting by then or just vomiting? Excuse
talking
the
about my bowel
vulgar
movements.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep swearing. I mean, anyways, so I did not start pooping until I want to say like 4 a.m. Like it had been an hour because like the whole time. So 3 a.m. happens. I go to the bathroom. I start throwing up, and it's like an orangey substance, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's
Ooh.
my food, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and we had Vietnamese food that night too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had some like grilled beef, whatever.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh, there's my beef. Cool.
Oh, God.
I'm throwing up. And then Rebecca very sweetly like, what are you doing? And I'm like throwing up. And she hates like throw up, but she brings me water and I'm like, respect. So I drink the water and I'm like, cool, I'm just going to get back in bed and like I'm hydrated. Everything is fine. And Rebecca comes out into the living room to sleep because she doesn't want to do a throw up. And then I want to say 20 minutes pass. You know, like when you feel throw up, it's like here, right?
Yeah.
Like-
When you like taste salt. Like your saliva gets really salty.
What?
What? Wait, what? You don't
Your
experience that?
saliva gets salty?
Yeah, I know I'm going to throw up when like I start salivating more and it tastes a little salty or acidic.
The fuck?
Oh.
That's awkward.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe we all should... Anyways. So
okay, so
I
you felt it in your chest.
felt on my chest and I go up and I puke more and there's like a little more food and I'm like, cool. But then it becomes more frequent. Like I leave the light on the bathroom on because I'm running in between each of them.
Gosh.
And then I start throwing up water. And then I start throwing up nothing.
Oh no.
And then, you know, like bile?
Yeah.
Like stomach bile? I think I'm throwing up stomach bile because there's like a green substance. But like, you know those throw ups when it's like you throw up, like everything's out, and then you start just like dry heaving? Yeah. Literally.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. I'm like dry heaving into the toilet.
no.
Like, I'm
So-
not going to do it because you might throw up.
Yeah, no, don't. Guys, we've been over this. Adrian reenacts gagging really well.
Anyways,
It's very visceral.
that would probably get us banned on YouTube. Anyways, so I'm literally throwing out my brains and then I start pooping.
Oh, great. Wait, okay, so at what point during your throwing up were you like, wait a minute, this might not be
The pooping.
food poisoning?
The pooping.
Oh, really?
I was like, there's
wait,
no
even
way.
like all the throw up?
Oh, so that's what I was going to... So we thought it was like food poisoning at first, right?
So it was
'Cause I
like alcohol and then food poisoning?
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then-
thought.
Okay.
So, long story short, I like die that night, and I wake up the next morning, and I'm like bedridden for the whole day. I can't eat anything. I feel nauseous as hell. Yeah, not a good time. Anyways, so we don't know it's norovirus until I pass it to my roommate Caleb. So Amy and Caleb, sweetest people ever, like were taking care of me, like getting me Gatorade. Rebecca too, and Sarah too. Just like getting me like soup and stuff, and I really appreciate you guys. But Caleb ended up getting sick, and his smart.
Did you guys kiss? Be honest.
I'm trying to think how he got it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get. And we can get into this later. But like Reb kind of got it, maybe because she was so close to you.
Sure.
And then I'm confused how I didn't get it because if it's spread by like
the bathroom.
Yeah.
The only interaction I had with Caleb that night was he passed me a bowl of soup, and that was it.
And he passed it to you, so it's not like you passed it to him.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's so fucking weird. Anyways, so Caleb starts feeling ill like a day and a half later. I'm still bedridden. And then he decides to go to the hospital. I mean, the city MD, and they tell him it's norovirus. And I'm in bed. I'm just like, But the crazy thing is Rebecca hadn't had symptoms at this point. And she's like, you gave Caleb norovirus? And she knows her ass is next. And she hates throw up. Long story short, I get Rebecca and Caleb sick with norovirus, and we're just shitting and throwing up our brains. And that is when I realized my life is fragile.
Oh my gosh.
Because I feel like when you're a kid and you get sick,
Yeah.
you're like good, you know?
Yeah.
Like pop a couple pills, take a Theraflu, you're like fine.
Yeah.
But like, I know part of it is like norovirus itself, but like to just be so helpless in that moment. So norovirus is nice because like, I mean, it's not nice. You like throw up and then like it's over. And then like you're basically back to normal in like 2 days. But with that, it's also like you still can't stomach food correctly. And then your energy is just like
Oh, yeah.
all out of whack.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Sarah, like, because we were trying to film that week. And then I was like, girl, I cannot film. I took a 20-minute walk outside and passed out for 3 hours. like it's just, oh my God, I've never felt
That's
so
crazy.
like helpless. And I was like, I just have to ride this wave out.
And the fact that you don't even know how you got it.
I have a couple theories. That morning I got sweet green. I noticed the basil was bad.
Oh.
But I don't think that fecal matter made it bad, you know?
Did you get the sweet green by here, like with the
Yeah,
robots?
yeah.
I wonder if there's.
But even then, okay, see, for that to have happened, some guy would have had norovirus. He must have cleaned the machine without gloves, I don't know, and then got norovirus in the fucking
like
machine.
with his butt.
He was just like, what if he was cleaning it and he just fell in the machine?
Oh my gosh. I'm so curious how they clean those robot machines at Sweet Green.
They're cool, but
They're
very
cool.
sussy.
Unless they
vibes.
forget your steak.
Is this sad? They got rid of everyone who worked there.
When we went during their like grand opening of like the robot thing,
Yeah.
there were so many workers. Like so many.
If you
just,
go
like,
right,
waiting
have you
around.
been recently?
No.
If you go right now, it's like 3 people are staffing the whole thing,
Dang.
which is cool for Sweet Green, but
Not cool
everyone's
for
just
the
gone.
people.
Yeah. My second hypothesis on what happened was the night before we got Carvel ice cream.
I've
you know what
never
that
heard of
is?
that place. What is it?
So there's one really close to our place, and Rebecca and I were like, after dinner, we're like, oh, we're both craving ice cream. So we found that place, and I'm like, oh, Rebecca, like, why don't you go yourself? I'm gonna clean my room and like set up the TV. And then she comes back with like a Oreo milkshake. First of all, it tastes like dog shit.
Oh, no.
Like it was very liquidy.
Ew.
But then you know, the shops in New York where it's like half one shop and half the other shop, but it's the same staff.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So this place was half a Subway and half Carvel,
Oh.
and it was run by like a bunch of Chinese dudes.
Okay.
Not that was relevant. And then Rebecca, so she was like, oh, can I get like the item that I wanted? They're like, no. Rebecca was like, can I get soft serve? They're like, no.
What?
And then Rebecca's like, what can I get? They're like, milkshake.
What?
We got a milkshake. And she had one sip and I chugged the whole thing.
Oh.
So I don't know what was that.
But you felt fine the next day?
That was Thursday night and your party was Friday, right?
It's, Saturday.
Sorry, that was Friday night and the party was Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really don't know, dude.
Oh, but you felt fine Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way up until me
Like
just
3 a.m.
Yeah. And the thing is like low key, this sounds so fucked up. My biggest worry was that I wouldn't be able to have alcohol again because I associated the event with me like,
Oh.
but I'm fine.
He rallied,
I rallied
soon after.
I rallied. But yeah, here we
Oh
are.
my
That's
gosh.
why I've been MIA. If you have norovirus and can empathize, girl, that shit was bad. Oh,
Girl,
God.
I'm surprised that Amy and I did not catch anything.
Oh my god, and Amy, I know when taking care of Caleb started saying like, oh, like I feel tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, like we're about to give everyone norovirus.
Yeah.
I felt so bad, guys. That was my bad.
No. Literally, you did not do anything wrong. Like, no one knew.
Yeah, why did Caleb eat my fecal matter?
Yeah, that's okay, that one's on him. Yeah, I remember one of the first days, like, I think the day before, or the day that Caleb got it too. Like, the day before, Amy was feeling really tired. I think I also was, like, super tired that day too. And then both kind of just feeling sus. And we're both just like, are we placeboing some stomach issues? Because...
Oh my god, dude, placebo is actually so scary.
It's so
you will gaslight
strong.
yourself into having a condition.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
The mind is powerful. But that's why manifestation is so cool.
Placebo
Just,
goodness.
like, manifested ourselves not to be sick.
Do you have any like memorable shit like that happened to you?
I've actually, knock on wood, never had food poisoning, but
Slay.
oh, actually, but I'm not sure. I have really bad like period cramps, TMI. I don't know. At this point, nothing's TMI.
More
I
warnings.
Get really, really bad cramps sometimes where I'm like throwing up.
What?
And, yeah.
That ain't normal.
And like,
go see a gynecologist.
I know.
What do I know about the female menstrual cycle?
That's why I'm like...
A lot, actually.
Oh, a lot. That's why I'm like, I want you to compare it to like cramps, but you can't, so.
Okay, in my head, cramps are bad because it's like a physical pain.
Mm-hmm.
But norovirus is bad is because you know there's no remedy for it until you just write it out. Not that, okay, wait, that was really wrong. Because periods, you have to just write it out too.
Yeah.
But do you have like ways to like heat pack and like...
A little bit, yeah. No, I see what you mean.
Does that like actually help?
It does,
Okay.
yeah. But it's still like, sometimes I just curl up in my bed with a heat
For
pack
sure,
and I'm
yeah,
just like
yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean, like with norovirus or like the flu or something like that, or any kind of food poisoning and stuff, like it's genuinely like you just have to get it out. My only other like bad experience that like I was genuinely scared. I mean, in hindsight, it doesn't seem that bad, but in the moment, it's always just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do.
What'd you get?
I think it was just the normal flu, but this
Okay.
was like a couple of years ago. I think I had 3 nights of really high fevers, like I want to say like 104.
Oh my god.
It's pretty high.
Did you get a booster shot before that or
No, so I didn't get the flu shot that year, and so now I continue. Like I always got the flu shot because of school and it was required. Right. But that was the first year that I was just like, I'm out of school. There's no like upload that I need to prove like I got my flu shot, and then I was just, I don't know why. It wasn't like for a particular reason. I just didn't do it. But now I got it last year. It was just scary because it was like 3 nights in a row of high fevers, and I was
How
like
high?
104.
Oh my!
No, that's
okay,
so
see,
high.
I would have gone to the hospital at that point.
But it was like at night, like in the dead of night, all the urgent cares were closed. I never know like when I'm supposed to go to the emergency room or not.
Yeah, no, wait. So I am going on a bit of a tangent, but first of all, get your booster shots for everything if you haven't. I think like flu is the one thing we kind of like forget how like dangerous it is. I recently am more just like fearful and more aware just because like some of my coworkers, they know people who died of the flu recently.
Oh no.
Because they went to the hospital too late and they literally just died. And we have like a vaccine for it. And it's just like, so not to be like dramatic, Rebecca had like a high ass fever.
During this?
Yeah. Oh, no, well, okay. It wasn't high. It was like 101. But she looked like she was dying. Like she was just like,
oh my God.
You know, she like was sleeping on the bathroom floor because it was colder than her bed. And I was like, oh my God, she's gonna like die. But yo, it's just like life is fragile and take care of your health, guys. Like all this medical shit is like no joke.
Yeah. Wow, we sound really
dude, okay.
shaken.
Not to add on to more trauma, to traumatize you guys a little more. I work with like stroke patients. For some reason, we're getting a lot of young stroke patients, like 40 something.
Dang.
I would say generally the stroke population is like mid 60s, 70s, early 50s. We're having like young men like 40, 50 get the stroke, and we're just like, oh my God, like they look healthy. All of the factors that would lead you to have a stroke, it's not there for the person, and he just has a stroke and his life has changed. And I'm just like, oh.
Damn. Why is that?
Stroke is actually just like luck of the draw.
Oh, great.
Which is crazy. It's just like, for me personally, I've taken my health for granted a lot. Like just my ability to walk, my ability to drink alcohol and not have a bad hangover, my ability to like just even like breathe.
Yeah.
Like without like having asthma and like all the other, you know, like lung stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know. This experience has really just like, I gotta take care of myself.
Wow. that enlightenment and that like gratitude
I know.
that you feel for literally every single thing. Honestly, like there was a period of time where there was always something very small, but like something quote unquote wrong with my body. Whether it was a paper cut in a very annoying place. Like no, honestly,
Your
it
butt.
sounds dude, that would hurt so bad.
Every time you sit down.
I've had a pimple on my butt cheek before and it actually is really annoying.
Really annoying.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But like if you get a paper cut on your finger, like you know how many things you do with your hands that gets in the way of?
Yeah.
Like even washing your hair or like wiping, cooking.
Your butt.
Yeah. When the paper cut meets the paper cut. Stuff like that. Or then like sometimes like I'll have a random hip hurting or like a random part of my body just like doing something.
And with that, it's just like in our mind, we're like, yeah, we can just tough it out. Like, it'll go away eventually, right? But like at some point, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like at some point, we're probably going to be on a bunch of meds all the time.
And see, big pharma isn't like, in my opinion, the best solution to everything. Like, I don't think like medicine is the.
Oh
like
yeah,
taking pills and shit is the
medicine. It should be lifestyle changes.
Right.
Yeah, but you're totally right. Like you take that for granted when you're young and you don't set like a good baseline of habits even.
Wait, so this is from another DOAC episode. And they're talking with this, I think he's a doctor, and they asked him, what is the most important organ? Yeah, what's the most important organ? No, for longevity.
Oh, not your heart?
No, something more important than your heart.
Your liver?
No, I'm just going to tell you because I don't think you get it. It's your thighs.
Your thighs?
Wait.
That's not an organ.
No. What? Your muscles.
Is that an organ?
Fuck. What should I have said then? Body part?
Body part.
Oh. Would you guess thighs?
No. Well, that's why I guess skin. Like skin is actually a huge indicator of like your
health.
Immune system.
Yeah. I had a very morbid thought about skin the other day. It's just like a big sock.
We're literally a big sack of meat.
Wait, literally.
A big sock is
but your skin is like a sock.
Let me put a sock on my socks.
I don't know. Sorry.
Whoa.
I just had that random. No, don't whoa. That's just. There's nothing to whoa about that. That's
I'm enlightened.
Me just like. Which is like
that's a
bunch
clip
of socks.
right there.
Sorry.
Okay,
back
your thighs? Why?
Yeah, your thighs. Because one of like the biggest reasons we die, a lot of times it can be like the body and whatnot, but when you're older, like social groups matter so much. And thighs, like you're able to move to different like events, meet different people, and just like get out of bed, for example, is like one of the most important indicators if you're gonna live long or not.
Big thighs.
Big thighs.
Big
thighs save lives. So get in there and hit leg day. RN.
That's why you should never skip leg day.
I could have butchered that completely, but I remember hearing that, and I was on the train, and I was like,
"We're gonna stand up on the train now and not
plenty
sit.
of thighs here."
Oh yeah, Adrian's always known for his thighs.
Thunder thighs, but yeah, get in the gym.
Oh,
guys.
interesting.
I know, and I was like, "Hey, social." Again, it just goes back to like our ability to walk. But I don't know if like we'd ever transition to a just see everybody on FaceTime kind of situation.
Ooh.
You know what? I think COVID proved that in person matters so much.
Yeah.
Like no amount of video calling will replace that.
Yeah. There's something about in-person interactions that hits different.
What do you say? Sarah, what the fuck? It's different. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is alcohol and how maybe Sarah and I should not be drinking that much alcohol.
Asian flush gang. Pepsid gang.
Dude, I thought every Asian had Asian flush, but now I'm realizing it's just
that's
select
racist,
few.
dude.
Call it enlightenment. Okay. Do you want to talk about this? Because I feel like you actually know a lot about this.
Not really, but as the resident pharmacist.
Dude, we're actually such genetic bitches. Look at this. Genetic condition that affects 36% of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean populations.
We made it.
36%? Bro. Wait, of your Asian friends, do you feel like a lot of people have Asian flush or don't?
I feel like most do.
I was going to say, most people I know don't.
Oh.
Anyways.
I only know a couple that don't.
Really? Maybe being Chinese makes it worse. I don't know. But Sarah and I think that more Chinese people get the flush than...
That's only based on our personal sample
our
sizes.
very, very small sample size.
And most of that is either Korean or Chinese.
Again, so 36%. Either you're with it or not in it. But you were going to say, sorry.
No, you're good. So, like, some Asians don't have I forget what the enzyme is called.
Oh,
Basically,
ALDH2.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, like, some Asians don't have ALDH2, which is an enzyme that breaks down acetaldehyde from building up in your liver. And acetaldehyde is also a carcinogen. And so that's just like floating around our bodies, not being broken down. And that's why we also have like this Asian flush. Pepcid, basically, it's an antihistamine, so it's an H2 blocker. It like helps prevent dilation of the blood vessels. So that's why you just don't really get as much flush in the face, but the effects of the alcohol is still in your body. You just don't notice it as much because the flush isn't there. So you like think that it's not affecting you, but it still really is. So that's why it can be dangerous to be on Pepcid.
So I've been on Pepcid the last 2 years every single time I drink because you look way better in photos. Trust me. If you look like I do. So I like turn like purple in some lightings.
Yeah.
In some lightings, but I'm like red.
Like,
okay.
Like this eggplant.
I look like an eggplant.
And it's like your entire body.
Wait,
like
yeah.
your neck, you
look like
ears.
you have hives.
Yeah.
And you just look sorry. I know it's a very like stupid reason, but you just look terrible in photos. Like everyone, oh my god, when the flash comes on, everyone's just like having a good time, and you're like a fucking purple glow stick, and it's just like not slay. You know, it's disgusting.
It could be a vibe.
No,
Let's
I mean
make that
no.
trendy.
You know what? It'd be a vibe if everybody else had Asian flush. That'd be fun. Just like a bunch of purple thumbs. Oh my god,
goals,
that is
goals.
that is a party theme
Party
idea.
trick.
Party trick. But yeah, or both of us, we've just been kind of researching alcohol in general because we drink alcohol, and I'm like low key scared, but I know I'm gonna keep drinking.
In moderation, yeah. Last year I had this thing where somebody showed me, I think it was Rebecca. She showed me the DOAC like alcohol podcast.
DOAC.
And like I know it's like scared people into not wanting to drink alcohol at all because there's like basically no positive benefits of drinking alcohol, and there's
a good
only
time.
Actually, I can't deny that. Yeah, so then I kind of went into this mindset of, okay, I'll just drink a little bit like when I want to, but like I'll try not to if I can.
Oh, that's healthy.
And now I'm like still kind of like that. Like I definitely also had a period where I did drink more, but yeah, it doesn't feel good. I will say I had my very first hangover this year.
Wait, from what event?
It was like the beginning of the year, and I went to karaoke with some friends.
Oh, Jesus
and then
Christ.
I only had like 5 shots of soju.
Slay. Big
But I
flex.
didn't have water at all.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I was like bedridden until like 12 o'clock, and I had a headache.
Girl, that ain't even that bad.
I know, it's not that bad, but it was my first time having a hangover.
I think my worst one was I was like that until like 8 p.m.
Oh my gosh. Was that this year or last year?
It was like 2024. I've been telling my friends like I need one like very bad hangover to stop drinking. That was close. But then the next day I was like, I'm fine.
Oh my gosh. I don't believe you when you say you're
one bad hangover.
Yeah.
Wait, I've had some really bad ones.
But
like,
that's still not enough.
Okay, honestly, it'd have to be so bad. It'd be my head hurting the entire day into the next day.
But I feel like you're going to forget about that. Like, I think you need something deeper to motivate you to not.
Like norovirus?
Like the fact that acetaldehyde is the carcinogen.
Okay, see, let's get back to that real quick. 2 points about that. So the symptoms of Asian flush, I don't know if that's like what an actual drunk is supposed to feel like. Because so Sarah and I talked about how we both... Okay, do you get hot?
Yeah, my heart is the
Your heart's
biggest
beating?
thing. It like pounds.
For me, it's... I know like I'm drunk when I'm starting to can't breathe.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never gotten to that
like,
point.
I will start breathing with my mouth. If you ever see me take a deep breath while drinking, you know, like...
Oh my gosh.
Like I'll literally be like... It's because I can't breathe with my nose.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe it's not that dramatic. Like I can still like, but it's more constricted up here, I guess.
You just feel like you need to
It feels like congestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then my head will hurt. And then...
While you're drinking?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes. So whenever my head starts hurting, I know I need water, which is arguably too late.
Mm.
So I'm curious if people who don't get Asian flush also experience the same things. Because can you imagine if drinking was just none of these symptoms and just the next morning you had to deal with?
Do people not get like a racing heart?
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that because of the fucking enzyme, or is that...
Oh.
Like, have we just been experiencing a drunk wrong this whole time?
That's crazy.
Because you can't stop these symptoms no matter what,
Yeah,
right?
no.
But if you're able to break it down, do you still experience the...
Yeah, is that the acetaldehyde that's doing that? Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I've been thinking about. Like, our whole lives we've been experiencing drunk wrong. But we still do it.
We still do it. That's all we know.
That's all we know. Okay.
I always say that like I'm allergic to alcohol.
No, I think if you turn red, you're allergic. Like,
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
It actually kind of sucks for like work because I feel like
A lot of drinking's
networking
involved.
and like stuff like that.
High key, you could just get a mocktail.
Oh yeah,
No one could tell.
that's true.
And if they did take a sip, they'd be too drunk to know.
That's true.
This is so good.
But mocktails to me is just drinking sugar.
It's better than drinking cancer. Okay, see, that brings me
so
to my
true.
fucking second
But sugar is
point.
probably also cancer.
Oh
But
my
at
God,
least
it is.
At least it's not sugar and alcohol, because alcohol also has sugar
My
in
favorite
it.
drink is rum and coke or Moscow Mule, which are both terrible.
Saint Germain.
Slay. Okay, so my second point is, I don't know if you know this, how do you say it?
Acetaldehyde.
Acetaldehyde is a group 1 carcinogen. So it is on the same level as solar radiation.
Oh my.
It's on the same level as smoking, asbestos. It is worse than steroids, like red meat, you know? Like, bro, if someone put solar
brother.
radiation in your cup, would you drink it? But they're like, it's a
Apparently.
fun time.
Apparently, I would.
That's what I'm saying. We're literally...
Dang.
We're
Like,
literally-
I'm so against smoking.
No, that's
for
what I'm saying.
myself,
We're so-
but, like,
Like, if someone's smoking a
Yeah.
cigarette, I'd be like, ugh, like
I'd be
cigarette
like, no, I
smoker.
wouldn't join.
But then alcohol,
But
we're
hit
like,
me up with that Saint Germain.
shots, you know?
I hate vodka,
Okay, that was my
Vodka
third
F's
point.
me up.
I think
but tequila.
this brings me to my last point about alcohol, and then we can stuff the conversation. Maybe it's not on the same level, but it's like everything you do kind of has like a risk in it, you know? Like if you get on a boat, it could sink. If you go flying, you could, let's just say if you go skydiving, you could die, hit the floor.
You could just walk and like trip and die too.
But also with that, the only reason why I'm not completely okay with like us just drinking alcohol, skydiving is not drinking cancer. I'm trying to think like what are other habits we do that intentionally harm us?
you know what?
What?
Honestly, our diet,
Oh, for sure.
especially in America,
Oh,
the processed foods that we
so we
eat.
should just drink alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're here for a good time, not a long time.
Wow, that was actually very insightful.
Yeah,
So how does that make you feel
Alcohol.
about alcohol? Like genuinely.
it
I-
makes me sad that alcohol is such a big part of like our culture, and I think that's something that I like when I came to New York. That's something that I really noticed. Honestly, in college too, but I didn't honestly drink that much in college, or like I didn't go out that much. It was mostly like wine nights at home and stuff, so I could control the amount more.
That's actually
But-
very mature of you to say.
Well, I've been dealing with this mindset for a long time because I can't handle alcohol, so I could never like fully participate in like alcohol adventures. And I know I could just go sober, but like it's kind of not as fun. I don't know, it depends. I could still have a good time sober. Well,
You
especially
could,
now.
you
Now
could.
I've like
Okay, but
fully
this issue,
transitioned into sober tipsy.
the issue is like when everyone else is like, just take one shot with us.
Wait, I feel like people haven't really
Respectful.
yeah, like I don't feel peer pressured to
Peer pressure.
peer pressured.
That's
Like if
cute.
I do, then I'm just like no.
Oh damn.
I'm just like no, I'm in control of my body.
Wow, don't mess with Sarah. I'm not in control of my body, so peer
Or
pressure
like
me.
I'll give it to someone else because they'll take it
Oh,
if they want
okay.
it.
That's healthy.
Or
What
I
are
just
limits?
like branded myself. Like I say it very early on in my friendships. I'm like, oh, I'm not a big drinker, but like I'm down to hang. Or like I'll drink a little bit, but I'm super lightweight, and I feel like people are pretty respectful about that. And if they're not, then
I'm just thinking about what you said about. It feels like drinking is a big part of like making friends and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true and actually very bad.
I actually don't think it's true.
Really?
After being in New York for a couple years, I think that's a myth. I think it took me a long time to realize that like actually a lot of people don't want to do that. Like a lot of people want to have sober activities or like do things that aren't drinking. Or like you have to know that there is a community out there that's like that. Like yes, that is a big part, but that's only because that's what you see. Like a lot of people that don't participate in that culture maybe just aren't as loud or like but I don't know. I feel like with hosting era, like our last podcast and stuff, like there's a huge, not like movement. It's always been like a thing, but like
A revolution.
to like do things and be intentional about like hosting things that aren't just like ragers.
Wait, that is so slay.
It's so slay. You just gotta find your people. Like, they totally exist out there. And like, I feel like the biggest thing is it has to do with your own confidence too, and your identity and security in yourself. Inspiration was from, I think, Rebecca, actually, because like she would just like put her foot down and be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, oh, I still really enjoy her presence and respect her as a person. So like, if she can like just choose what she wants to do, then like I can too. And like, people who actually matter will respect me for that and not make me feel bad. And that's who I want to be around.
Turn into a therapy session.
Sorry.
That's deep.
I'm just very adamant on like, you can take control of your own life, and like your own life is what you make of it. So like, don't let other people peer pressure you to feel like you have to drink all the time.
What the fuck? That was good. There are often many moments where you like, because you talk about how like you like pause when you speak, and then like every so once in a while you'll like, I can tell you're talking about something you're very passionate about and means a lot to you, because you don't pause.
There's no pauses.
It's like, just go on, and it's hella sassy and it's hella attitude, and I'm like, yes.
It's like
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One other thing about alcohol that
nice
is kind of bad that I can articulate a little bit is alcohol's effect on sleep, because a lot of people think that it puts you to sleep and it makes you sleep better and stuff, but actually it disrupts your REM sleep a lot. And this is also from like Doak, and also, or sorry, not, I keep saying Doak, this whole time I meant Andrew Huberman.
Oh, sponsored by Andrew Huberman.
Yeah, and sorry, Andrew Huberman's episode on alcohol, that's the one that like was super insightful. Anyways, yeah, it disrupts your REM sleep, so you think you're getting good sleep, but actually you don't get good quality sleep.
I see. I will say, I'm not disregarding what you said. I'm not disregarding what Andrew Huberman said, who's obviously smarter than both of us, but I have woken up plenty of times just full of energy after a night drinking.
That's good. But what about the day after?
I'm completely okay, truly, if I don't get hungover, I only get hungover when I'm drunk. But if I'm able to control myself, like, I don't get drunk, like I'm just like a heavy buzz, the next day I wake up hella early and I'm completely fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But what about the day after that?
Completely fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Again.
Wait,
yeah.
okay, so now after all this, what is your stance on alcohol?
So I was going to talk about that. First of all, we're not saying you're a bad person for wanting to put alcohol in your body.
Oh, yeah.
I am still going to drink. I think I'm very much in a mindset of like, if choose to live life however you want, but also just understand what you're doing to your body. I try to be as healthy as I can in other aspects of my life, and like diet and like physical wellness, in a way to like kind of balance alcohol, because I know what I'm doing to my body. And like one day if I have a fatty liver or some sort of like liver disease,
that's the risk that you're willing to take.
That's what I was doing in my 20s, you know?
Yep.
And I really respect like how you feel about alcohol, because I think,
well, I mean, I feel this way. I'm still gonna drink.
No, for sure. Like, wow, to turn to like an education alcohol podcast. I think it's just like the takeaway.
It's always gonna turn into a dating podcast.
What are some red flag drinks on a first date? Mocktails. No, I think it's just like what I hope people took out of this was understand what you're doing to your body.
Yeah.
You know,
just more awareness.
And it's alcohol aside, like staying up late. The foods that you're eating.
Staying up late, that's huge.
Holy fuck.
Wait, that's actually like, I keep learning about the impact of sleep, or like the lack thereof. Yeah. And it's actually so bad. Like humans need sleep despite.
I don't think we're born to work 8-hour shifts every day. So America, please help.
I was born to dream in my sleep.
Yeah, no, sleep is great. Maybe we can do an episode on sleep.
Yeah.
Or just becoming like a health podcast. I kind of love that about us. But that's also just the era that we're in. Like, I'm just so traumatized by having like bad health, you know?
Yeah. Dude, honestly, like the most pivotal moments in life.
Dude,
bruh. The most pivotal moments in life come from
your lows.
These shaken experiences. Yeah. And like, I'm a pretty stubborn person. Like, I need to experience something in order to like really understand the impact of why I should or shouldn't do something. And that's what lasts for me. And that's like a motivator for me. And so
yeah.
It's okay. It's part of the human experience.
And it's fine. Yeah. Like, you will get sick. You will have, but okay, like we can talk about like the lack of sleep and everything. But like, if you want to drag me to go see a sunrise at 5 a.m. and stay up, like I'm still gonna do that. You know, it's just, I think in my perspective, like all these things, it's all about balance in life. Like to me, as much as you are drinking and whatnot, please take care of everything else. Like make sure you're getting your blood work, you're getting sunshine, you're like, you know, all the small things you don't think that are important to you, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if I agree with your perspective that if you're drinking, at least you're taking care of everything else because you're taking care of it yourself in other ways. Like, I mean, I do agree, like, that's, you know, doing your best. I don't know if you can say that, like, your body will be fine because you're... Well, not that you're saying that.
I'm saying maximize what you...
Okay, yeah. Maximize what you can. Try your best in what you can. And then if you know what you're getting into and you're fine with that, then that's fine.
Yeah, just like don't be ignorant to what you're doing to your body.
I guess it's like value based. So it's like if you value what your body, your health for your future, then like maybe don't drink. But if you value a good time now and like you know that that might come at a risk of your future self having maybe a poor time, then that's like up to you to decide.
Yeah.
Slay.
What is your stance on just like alcohol and everything? You're still like just sober tipsy vibes?
Lately I have been drinking a little bit more. Or like before I would drink but only for like parties and stuff. But now I'm drinking just slightly more casually.
Like at like meals and whatnot?
Yeah.
Slay.
But I think I always know like my limit and what I'm willing to put into my body. So I think
so fair.
I still drink. But I definitely know like when to stop drinking. Because I think like I never want to get to a point where I lose control of my body. Or I feel like I don't.
You're scared of that, right?
Yeah. Like partly is like as a girl, but also like I just don't like that feeling. And also I throw up before I black out, so I will never black out because I just can't like keep the alcohol in long enough for me to black out. But yeah, I don't get to that point. It's just like slightly tipsy, maybe a little lit, but then then I'll stop. Also my heart can't handle it. Is there anything like health related wrap up you want to do?
I feel like the question if you're a girl is why you don't drink any water. Because I feel like all you girls have big ass water bottles. No one drinks their water.
That's actually so true.
It's just a big water bottle to remind yourself that you're not drinking enough water. And I'm like, huh?
Guys, I hate Awalas.
That's on you.
That is on me.
That's on you.
I should use my Hydro Flask, but they're stored right now. They also take so much effort to clean. Like just water bottles in general.
Not worth it. Just get a cup, guys, and fill it up with water. Open mouth guzzling.
You need the boyfriend effect.
And I would say work out. I will always preach physical fitness and mental wellness are key. I don't have any tips. Just take care of yourself. You have stuff for caffeine?
Listen to your body.
With a stethoscope.
Especially, yeah. Everybody get a stethoscope. They actually like hurt my ears, or they like tickle my ears because there's so much pressure.
You're like...
You put them in, no, literally I put them in and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I think like part of this ep we also were going to talk about caffeine a little bit. I remember from also Andrew's podcast him saying that you should wait 90 minutes.
The caffeine thing?
Yeah, before drinking caffeine when you wake up, because there is this thing called adenosine, which is a sleep-inducing neurotransmitter that builds up throughout the day. And then in the morning, it takes time for that to naturally flush out of your brain. But if you drink caffeine within 90 minutes, then it kind of like blocks the adenosine receptors before it fully clears out of your brain. So eventually you're just going to get like a harder crash and like the caffeine effect is weaker. So that's why I try to like, even before my matcha or my coffee in the morning, I'll like wait 90 minutes.
It gives me an excuse to doom scroll when I wake up.
You're like, gotta let the adenosine clear out. So science.
Oh, one other thing that I feel like we neglect is if you don't get your blood work done every year, go get that done. I know friends who have not gotten their blood work done in like 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
And with that, it's even like dental cleaning, you know, like get the whole shebang. Your insurance probably covers it. I'm like, oh wait, that was really privileged of me to say. It might be covered.
Something else that I was interested in, this is kind of unrelated.
Yeah.
But I was always like, when you drink decaf coffee.
I think I read about this too.
Yeah, like, do you still have the urge to poop?
Wait, what? That's not what I read about.
What were you looking
Decaf
at?
coffee is not actually decaf. It still has caffeine.
Oh, a
in
little
it.
bit, but it's like 2
Right.
milligrams versus like
Yeah.
yeah. But I was always like, does decaf still stimulate your bowels? So it still does. Like caffeine does stimulate your bowels as well, but decaf coffee also does, because coffee itself, even without the caffeine, triggers digestion. And then also there's like the acids in the coffee that help. And then if you're drinking warm liquid, that in itself can have an effect too.
I think we should do an episode on caffeine at some point because
Okay.
we're both just chronic caffeine ingesters, and there's a lot of scary shit about caffeine too.
Great.
We're actually just turning into a health podcast.
Yeah. This is kind of what you talked about like back in the day.
A little bit,
Yeah.
but also filled with our own like little tidbits in our stories,
Yeah.
like throwing up into a toilet.
Yeah. We
God.
should get receipts of that. Just kidding.
I will say now that norovirus has reset my caffeine levels, I don't know if that's scientifically possible. I had a lot of caffeine the other day, and it made my heart like actually felt kind of like scared.
Oh my gosh.
I know,
How much did you have that day?
just like 2 cups of coffee,
Oh.
and normally I'm like 2 cups of what I had plus like extra shots of espresso, and I'm
Oh
fine.
jeez.
That's when I know like I feel like something is
You're reset.
reset.
Dang, that's crazy.
My reset button slow. Okay, we can close here.
Yeah. Dude, you said with that so many times this episode that I wanted to just be like TTYL.
Really?
Yeah.
With that,
Any announcements? What's coming up?
I'm glad to be back, guys. We will be posting more regularly now that kind of life has settled down.
Yeah, guys, we actually took a 2-week break because there was a holiday, right? There was
Yes,
Valentine's Day,
yes.
and then there was another week we just like took a break. But then
Yeah.
that's when also like Adrian got sick for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So kind of threw our schedule
Please
off.
show Sarah's solo episode some love if you
Oh,
haven't checked it
gosh.
out yet. I really enjoyed it. Also, when this one drops, her hosting episode will be out. I think that's also very insightful, very good. So
Girly pop slay.
we're still figuring out how to let our personalities best shine, whether that means like having the solo episodes or having the guys only episode. But
Mm-hmm.
I think like what we want is for this podcast to still be like authentically us, you know?
Yeah.
Which
I feel
is-
it reflects that.
Yeah, like fuck the optics, you know? But yeah, thank you for tuning in again, guys. We
Yes.
appreciate all of y'all.
Love you guys so much.
Slay.
Slay. With that,
TTYL.